Dear friends, I am going to explain isoparametric element. Already I explained it for the four number of nodes, but in some books you can see the number of nodes in it may be 8, 9. So one example I will explain with the 9 nodes of the plane elements. This one is the plane elements. So which this length is 2a and width is the 2b. Now this is the x-axis, this one is the y-axis. So it is represented in the isoparametric coordinate. It has 9 nodes which is shown in the figure. In the main diagram, in the global coordinate, node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In isoparametric coordinate, it is written as the node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is suppose the origin. So r and s coordinate for node 5 is 0. For node 1, r and s coordinate is -1, -1. Node 2, it becomes 0 and -1. Similarly, for node 3, 1 and -1. Node 4, -1, 0. Node 5, it is not mentioned in this nodes, but it is the 0, 0. At node 6, 1 and 0. 7, -1, -1. At 8, 0, 1, 9, 1, 1. So you can write node, you can write the shape function n1. N1 how can write you? So n1 is equal to 1 by 4 r square minus r s square minus s. When you substitute the coordinate of node 1, -1, you get n1 is equal to 1, and other nodes, value of other nodes at this points becomes the 0. Similarly, for the n2, when substitute the value of 1, 0, 1, 0 and 1, you will get the value n2 1, and rest say functions becomes 0. So similarly, n1, n2, n3, n4, n5, n6, n7, 8, 9 have been written in the term of the r and s. Now, similar as the previous discussions, we write the x coordinate in the term of the summation of ni xi. So you can write the n1 x1, n2 x2 plus n9 x9. In short form, you can write in the summation ni xi. Similarly, y is equal to summation ni yy, y subscript I. So y is equal to this one, y is equal to n, y is the n1 y1, n2 y2 plus n9 y9. Similarly, u is equal to summation ni ui. So n1, this one is the n1 u1 plus n2 u2, and up to n9 u9. Similarly, v is equal to ni vi. So n1 v1, n2 v2 plus this up to n9 v9. And you know the stress epsilon x is equal to del u by del x, epsilon y is equal to del v by del y, gamma xy, this shear strain del u by del y plus del v by del x. Then you can get the use this. I will not explain, not write this del u by del x. You can write itself. You can differentiate it, so you can get the value of epsilon x, epsilon y in the term of the n1, n1 e1, n2, n2 u2. When you differentiate it, you will get the values as discussed in the for four noded element. Similarly, you have to proceed. Similar for epsilon yy, del v by del y, gamma xy is equal to del u by del y plus del v by del x, and you write the epsilon, that is the strain. Epsilon is equal to B matrix into delta. B matrix you have to find when you write it in the matrix form. So this one is the B delta, and when you get the epsilon strain, you can get the stress by this using this formula. This one is the D matrix multiplied by epsilon x epsilon y gamma xy. So dB, this one is the U1 V1 U2 V2 U9 V9. So you can write dB delta, where delta is equal to this one. So element stiffness matrix, you can get the element stiffness matrix. That one, this one is the K is equal to TE minus A to A minus B to B, and integrate it B to dB dx dy. Or in the isoparametric form, you can write this one is the T, where K is equal to this one. In isoparametric form, you can write the T integrate minus 1 to 1 BT dB. You have to multiply it with the Jacobi, and dr ds. Now you can integrate it by using numerical integrations. So this is the element stiffness matrix. Similarly, you can find the global stiffness matrix, apply the boundary condition, and you can get the solutions. When you get the displacement, you can find the stress also. Now three-dimensional element. Already I have shared this PDF to some students. I hope they have shared this PDF to all of the students. So this one is the three-dimensional element, whose coordinate is the x, y, and x, y in away from the plane, z is upward direction. Node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, node 5, node 6, node 7, node 8. This 2a is this length, 2b is this length, and 2c is height, that is this length. So you can write the coordinates of this node 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here I have written the coordinate of node 1. This one is the minus a, minus b, minus c. Similarly, you can write the coordinate of the other nodes. Degree of freedom for node 1, E1, B1, and W1, because it is the three-dimensional. So the one node has the 3 degree of freedom. Similarly, node 1 has 3 degree of freedom, node 2 has the 3 degree of freedom. And similarly for node 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So total degree of freedom becomes the 24, and you can get the B matrix. It will be discussed. So here the isoparametric, this is changed into isoparametric, and the node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corresponding to this element, isoparametric element, is shown in the figure. So x, what is the x? X is equal to, you can represent in the term of the node shape function x1 n1, x2 n2, x3 n3, plus x4 n4, x5 n5, x6 n6, n7 x7 n7, x8 n8. Similarly, y and z can be represented in the term of the shape functions and the coordinate of the nodes. Similarly, you can displacement is represented u in the term of the node and the displacement shape function and the displacement of the 8 node, u, v, and w. It is shown in the PDF. Now n1, for the original element n1, you can write the shape functions half 1 minus x by a, half 1 minus y by b, and half 1 minus z by c. Now it can be converted. It is difficult to write the shape function in the original form, so it is changed in the form of the isoparametric element. So here suppose x by a represent the r, y by b represent the s, z by c represent the t. So you can write the n1 is equal to 1 by 8, 1 by r, 1 minus s, 1 minus t. When substitute the value of coordinate 1, you can get n1 1, rest becomes 0. Similarly for node 2, when substitute the value at isoparametric value at node 2, no, n2 becomes 0 and rest becomes 0. N2 becomes 1 and rest becomes 0. So you can check the value of n1 n2 by substituting the value of r, s and t corresponding to node. So you can confirm this node, this a function is correct, this one correct. So it is written correct in correct form. So you only see the n1 n2 n3 n4 n5 n6 n7 n8. So epsilon a strain is equal to, you can write in the three dimensional, epsilon x, epsilon yy, epsilon z, z gamma xy, gamma yz, gamma xz. So and you can write the epsilon x as del u by del x, del v by del y, del w by del z. This one is the del u by del y plus del v by del x, del v by del z plus del w by del y plus del u by del z plus del w by del x. Now you can write the strain epsilon is equal to del u by del x, del v by del y, del w by del z, del u by del y plus del v by del x, del v by del z plus del w by del y, and this one is the del u by del z plus del w by del x. And when you substitute the values, so you can get the 24 by 24 matrix. This one is the del n1 by del x 0 0, del n2 by del x 0 0, similarly del n by del x 0 0. For second row 0 first should be 0, del n1 by del y, and similarly you can get for third you value substitute the value, you can del w by del z, you can get this one. Similarly for rearrange, you can get the value of a strain, and this multiply this multiplied by u1 b1 in w1 u2 b2 w2, this one the u8 u7 b7 w7 u8 and w8. This one is the delta. So epsilon is equal to, this one is the B matrix and this one is the delta. So you can write the B into delta. Sigma stress is equal to D multiplied by epsilon. You know how can find the stress. And D matrix for the solid element, you can see, you can check this value from the books. So for the 3 dimension, this one is the E divided by 1 plus nu 1 minus 2 nu 1 minus nu 0 0 0 nu 1 minus nu 0 nu 1 minus nu 0 0 0 0 triple 0 1 minus 2 nu by 2 0 0 0, and this one 0 0 0 1 minus 2 nu by 0, and this one last one. So you how can find the Jacobi matrix. So similarly for the 2 dimensions, you write the 3 dimension del u by del r is equal to del u by del x by del r, del u by del y by del r, plus del u by del z by del r. Similarly del u by del s and del u by del t, you can write similar. So you can get the you write in the matrix form. So this one is the Jacobi matrix. Already it is explained for the 2 dimensional. So this one is the Jacobi matrix, or how can find the Ke. Ke is equal to Bt d b db. This one already this all are in the term. If this one is the form of the xyz, you first you have to convert into rst and multiply with the Jacobi. This one is the FRS or integrate it. Already it is Jacobi is included in this FRST. So this is you have to integrate and you will get the Ke matrix. Ke matrix it is for the 3 dimensional. When you use the 2-point integration Gauss point method, so total number of points becomes 8 number of points. So this one is the number 1 integration point, coordinate of 1 integration point is this one, this another coordinate point. There are the 8 integration points along you have to integrate of these functions. So after integration you can get the value of Ke. When you here total 8 Gauss points where it is also known as the integration points. After getting element stiffness matrix, find the global matrix and evaluate the nodal displacement at the different nodes. So this is the total about the discussion related to the how can find the element stiffness matrix for the solid element. You can also use the tetrahedron element. You can see the books of Logan. Very nicely they presented the how can take the hexagonal element, how can take the tetrahedron element. So if you want to see for the analysis for tetrahedron element, you can see the books of the Logan books. Now in this I finished the solid element analysis of the solid element. In next video I will start the mass matrix and dynamics of the finite element. So next video I will explain the dynamics. First I will send a PDF and I will explain later this PDF. Okay, thank you for your watching and for your patience.